Okay, we're on. This is Adam, the Canadian plumber, the one-man truck Chuck, the prophecies of being a plumbing owner and delivering, I guess, good content on YouTube. So this is my second video. Hopefully it's gonna be a lot cooler than the first one. So obviously my goal here is to scale my plumbing business, and unfortunately or fortunately, I do live in an era where anything is possible. So we'll just go right into it, and hopefully you guys enjoy and somebody finds something nice about this video. So today, on this date of recording, I do believe we are the 11th of July. Sorry, I don't know day by day. I'm just so exhausted doing work. And I'll just jump right into the numbers right now. So this week, as a one-man truck Chuck in Canada, Montreal, I have deposited from the 7th of July to this week. It would end the 13th, I guess, of July, this Sunday or Saturday. I have deposited $10,103 that was deposited into the business bank account. So for a one-man truck Chuck, that is honestly a kick-ass week. But on the back end, this was revenue occurring from past jobs and pending jobs that was done like months ago, like lots of months ago. So overall, I start this week was not a good week for me. Like it's just I had to run around, call past clients to mention them, hey, what's up, we did some plumbing, I did some plumbing, and I need to get paid. So yeah, that's it. This week I have charged $4,713. So I billed out $4,700, and that's pretty much it for number wise. So the goal here is to document and track the one-man truck Chuck stuff. And it's very hard for myself because I need to learn a lot more about me and the plumbing business. And thank God there's YouTube, and I follow a lot of great guys on YouTube, like House of Brass, Roger Wakeman, I guess, Jared Williams. Jared Williams is like it's the one that opened my eyes, and go check out these guys. They're really, really amazing. And yeah. So the goal is for me stopping recording my video in this truck, in the one-man truck Chuck full of stuff, is to actually have a real functioning, fun plumbing business. So I don't really know, or I lack experience or decision making for the next step. So I just figured I'm gonna point out five things that I've tracked this week that I could do better, and I could probably change a little bit my habits to be more productive / efficient / working on the business instead of in the business. So my first take that I noticed a lot this week is the prophecy, the famous gas station. Oh shit, I left my coffee in front. Usually the plumbers that always do videos, they have their coffee in hand. I do not have mine, but it's all right. But yeah, I think I go to the gas station at least 4 or 5 times per day. This results in a bad habit of loss of time, loss of money, and loss of good energy. The second thing is everything that's located in a gas station is processed food. So it's especially me, I raise my hand. I always tell my clients, oh, whoa, this is A+ plumbing. Well, we have the press tool, top of the line tools. But as a person doing service, a service-based enterprise, your primary tool is your body. So if I always go to the gas station, at the long run, no wonder why I'm sluggish. Even the way I speak, I'll continue working on that. This whole recording stuff is fairly new to me. And so that's mainly number one, I noticed. Number two, that's slowing me down obtaining my goal is my job locations. I realized a lot this week. I was a lot on the road. There was this bad weather with the barrel hurricane that came here in Canada, Montreal. Lots of rain, and I drove a lot. So my jobs are not niched or close to where I live. Just to give an example, I am doing a construction project. I live in Montreal, and the construction project is in Mascouche. And Mascouche is, to relate to my American people, it's probably a 50-mile drive just to get there. And I go to the gas station. And I'm not really productive and effective because I mix new construction with service calls, and that's another subject. I think it's my number 3 or 4. I'm gonna jump into that. So I do need to keep in mind where my leads come from and try to work on being more local, go do some guerrilla marketing or stuff like that. But driving 50 miles to make a new construction is very costly, and I'm using the truck, I'm using my time, I'm using my energy, I'm finishing more late. I don't have time to cook well, socialize, be with my friends, or try to find the woman of my life, which I have lots of difficulties with that. So yeah, this is the one-man truck Chuck, pure symptoms. So the goal is to get out of that, you know. So number 3 is going back to the basics. As a one-man truck Chuck identity right now, I believe I am too comfortable with the vision of my business. So this week I woke up when I felt like I wanted to wake up. I didn't feel this good this week, to be honest. I finished late a lot of days, but I'm not respecting my system. So in the global vision of my business, where I'm heading, it's important for me to fix my schedule and say, you get up at 6, you get up at 5, make sure at 7 o'clock you're on the field, you're doing road, you're producing. Make sure at 5 o'clock you stop if you can. I know it's hard when you're alone because you have to do everything. But this week I woke up in ridiculous hours, like 8 o'clock, 8:30. And mainly why? It's because I do not have a system for a construction project or service calls. I do both. I mix both. So I just tell the client, yeah, I'm going to be there. I jump in the shower, go to the construction field. I just work till 7, 8 o'clock at night and go back home the next morning. I don't tell my client. I go do a service call. Where are you? Da-na-na. So it's unpredictable, and it's very, 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 it's hard. It's hard because I have problems saying no to customers, and they're like, oh, you can fix my exterior water bib, or my pipe broke down. Got a call back on a construction project done last year. You have to go there, make sure it's not your fault, da-da-da. So, yeah. So I think by really waking up at a fixed hour, putting some standards will definitely help me working towards the goal of getting out of the truck. And if ever like I do manage to pull this out and I'll get employees, and if I don't even wake up to my own hours, how the hell am I going to be ever respected with my teammates there? So I have to lead by example, and this is something that I've noticed and I will continue working on, because I do believe as a one-man truck Chuck, you can't be too much comfortable about, oh, well, it's my own business because I am the business and I'm gonna wake up whatever the hell I want because I'm like that. Yeah, and I've been doing that for 3 years, and actually I pretty work like a dog, so maybe it's all right there, but yeah, I'm in a business, and a business is a systemized operation, and I have to see it like that. So that's was my number 3. So number 4, cuatro. It would be I've noticed a lot my efficiency levels and my consistency levels are they could be a lot better. I have to, and that's another tip, I guess, it's be nice with yourself and be all right with your words. Yeah, I lacked a lot of efficiency. I was doing this construction project again this week, waking up at not okay hours, heading to the client, missing parts. The construction was very far from a supplier, which I do have an account over there, but it's not my main supplier, so I don't have all the discounts. And I had to restart a waste stack, a 4-inch waste stack. I had to replace it 3 times because I was tired, missing materials. I wanted to cut corners and do it like faster and not exactly the way the client wanted, and I got told off. The client asked me, come with me. She's like, I'm a very visual person. You have to explain me what you did with this waste stack. And I told her, I said, Jesus, it's my fault. I should have just did it the proper way. So I went back to the supplier, order other materials, go back there, restart the job. All that to say is plumbing is very, very much technical work. I have to work on my organization in a one-man truck if ever I want to scale to 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 millions. I want to scale to 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million dollars in revenue per year. But I got to be a lot better with the organization and efficiency part. I like a lot Alex Ormonzi. He's a very renowned entrepreneur, and he's very good on YouTube. You should check his stuff out also. And there's a quote that I read on him on X, and it was like, it's not how hard you work, it's how fast you can get work done in little time. And that's very true. So I need to focus on, I have 24 hours in my day, and I have to maximize. If I'm working, I have to be thinking, okay, I'm putting this anchor, 2 wires are gonna come up, I need to prepare my sawzall, materials, this and that. I have to get back into that grind mode, because right now I'm just going up the ladder, putting one eardrop anchor, going back down, just looking at my phone. It's not very good. And my truck is a mess. That's the second primary tool. I have a brand new truck, and I have the whole pack out system, and it's all, and my main reason is I do not have time. But I waste so much time finding everything in that. And I know it's not like I've been doing plumbing since I'm 19 years old and I'm 34. I know all of this, and I guess I'm just a lazy intellectual. That's it. I think a lot of one-man truck, they do have the same common character traits. Yeah, so that's my number 4. I'm making a stupid long video now. And number 5 would be mapping my progress. Because now I'm Friday, the week's done, and I'm just like, why? Why are you doing all of this? It's weird to say, but I feel like I'm just producing all of this, and I'm like, it's not mapped out. It's not like Monday we're starting here and Friday we have to be there. It's like I just did Monday to work, and Friday I'm like, okay, there's no difference between the beginning of my week, but in my life I've spent 1 year, one week, if that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I did $10,000, but if the goal is not clear, I'm just gonna lose that money into going back to the supplier, booking 2-3 jobs, a customer that's not happy because I keep reporting them. So number 5 would definitely be in this video is like mapping out my progress. I have to document this. I have to show that it's messy. I'm wearing shorts. My beard is not done. My glasses are dirty. I mean, my lack of vocabulary. This is a tough word in English for a French guy. Is not on point. I have to be more articulate, and I'm speaking to the world right now on YouTube right now. So everybody's looking at my content. So I have to be a lot better and start mapping out things more. But the good news is, if you're starting doing this right now, since my last video, I'm starting to be a little bit more aware of the operations I'm doing in my business. So at least I kind of feel like for once I'm starting to grasp the idea of working on my business and not here right now in my business. Shit, I didn't know if that made a lot of sense. If somebody's still watching this, like, thank you so much. It's a long video. I never thought I'd be speaking that much, but bear with me. I'm very blessed for you guys watching. It's a thrill for me, and I'm excited for the future because there's so much potential. Everybody that's like a one-man truck Chuck, I'll speak for myself there, but usually it's guys that they do enjoy their work and they're very good at satisfying a customer. It's probably the main reason why you went on your own. And keep your head up, man. It's a rough ride. It's difficult. It's a lot of bumps in the way. This week I had a general contractor calling me with a condo that I did the past year, and water was coming out from the ceiling in the kitchen. So I had to mobilize all my operations since I'm a one-man truck Chuck. Had to go there, discuss with the new owners, the general contractor. I had to run my tests. You don't sleep well. You don't get a lot of sleep because you know you're paying a lot of bucks for your commercial insurance, a $2 million insurance there in Canada, and you don't want to call these guys because they're gonna bump you up. My commercial insurance is 14 grand a year, so it's 14000. That's just my commercial insurance. I'm alone. It's very rough here in Canada. It sure sounds like big numbers, but I'm comparing a lot with the United States plumbers guy, and it's almost double the price. So it's probably 7 grand for you guys, dollars in USA for commercial insurance, and that just covered like the basics there. So it is difficult, and my goal is really to accumulate a lot of revenue. I'm gonna follow the Jared playbook. If you don't have his playbook, please go get it. And my goal is to get out of the truck, and I'm gonna map out for next week, accumulating more revenue in July. I'm aiming for 50 grand, so 50000 this July, and hopefully I can get a decent shop and hire a secretary, because the phone that's another crazy thing. The energy you're losing with the phone, just taking a look, realizing their clients just like asking stuff, addresses, are you gonna be there, call. It's a very demanding, stressful, it's just nerve-wracking sometimes there. So I want to free this space out of my brain and follow the steps, and I'll be this year I have to make better decisions. And I believe as One Man Truck Chucks, I think it comes all from inside. I'm gonna speak about my pricing really soon, because that's another thing that's completely confusing, probably just as this video. But hey, I gotta start somewhere. They're gonna be a lot better. And yeah, I don't know if that made any sense to anybody, but I guess I think business owners, they kind of like watching this, so I like watching business related plumbing stuff. So hopefully we're all gonna laugh at this in 4 or 5 months. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the A Plus Plumbing. I'm Adam, owner of my business, and one day I'll be recording this video in my shop somewhere nice, not in the back of my truck, as a good man, One Man Truck Chuck does. So keep up the good work. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week for a super long video. Let's go.